Alright, so today's video is going to be a little bit different because apparently this has shit the brick. So I need to take it apart, take a look at it, see what's going on with that because there's no signal passing through. So we're going to do this a little bit different. I'm probably going to play a certain riff and then we'll do all the riffs on one and then do all the riffs on the other one. So it's going to be a little bit of editing and all that stuff and going back and forth with it. But yeah, today we're going to do the Laboga Mr. Hector versus the ENGL Fireball. But this should be very interesting to hear all that. All right, well, this is going to be interesting, right? So the best way I can think of testing it this way, since the amp selector is blown, I got to figure that out. The best way I can think of doing this is cutting the video up to, edit it to where I play a certain riff and then I go to the other amp with the edit to play that same riff. So we'll just go through it and just check out what this is like. And what I'll do is I'll probably get the best tone I can out of the Laboga and the best tone I can out of the Fireball, and then we'll compare those to each other, right? So I think that'd probably be the best way to handle this. Everything is at noon for the Laboga right now. And let's get a deep, thuddy, kind of punchy kind of tone, right? The mid switch is on, so this is what it sounds like. I really like that, actually. We do have the bright switch on. And the volume is down, and the gain is, what, I don't know, 11 o'clock? Let's bring that up a little bit more, right? And let's go ahead and bring in a little more bass. Sound pretty good. And, so I already did the work on changing a few resistors to actually get the bias a little bit closer, because when it's in diode mode it goes a lot higher up, and when it's in tube mode it goes way down low. So I was playing with that, I made the changes, and it actually does sound better now. I'm sure in tube mode, because that's where we're at right now, it definitely attributed to making it sound better because the bias is higher. It's not where I would typically want it, but I don't know where to make the change between that. Anyways, so let's keep on going with this. Let's get our tone with it. Really, right there is freaking awesome. Let's bring it back some of the mids. Let's bring in a little more volume, right? And just to show you guys what it sounds like with the mid switch off. So super bass heavy there. So going back to the mid switch on. Okay, I dig that tone right there. So now I need to go ahead and play the riff that I will compare it to. Let's do this one. that's a good riff to use because it's got some articulation things going on with it, and some chugs and some trim picking for some thrash stuff. So I think that's a good one. So I'm going to switch over to the Fireball now and see what that sounds like. All right, plug this in. Let's see what this sounds like. And master down. Turn that on. All right. What am I missing? Okay. This video is going to battle me every step of the way. So I was missing a preamp too because I needed to fix a preamp too for somebody, or not fix it, but replace it in an emergency, and I had this amp on hand. So now let's turn it on, right? Get the levels. All right, so let's go back to noon with everything and then we'll dial it in, right? So this is extremely dark. We also have the bottom in, so I'm gonna pull that out. So that can help with the boominess. Let's go ahead and bring up the volume just a tad. Okay, that sounds pretty good. So now let's go ahead and dial this sucker in. It sounds like there's too much bass going on. Bring up the mids. There is a mid boost here. Let's turn it off, see what it sounds like. Okay, with the mids pushed and that mid boost off, I like that. Huh, interesting. Let's bring in a little bit more low end. Bring in some treble. Looks like we need a little more volume. A little more presence. That sounds like a little too much actually. Bring it back a little bit more. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the riff. Man, that does sound pretty damn good. So now I'm curious. I need to go ahead and do another riff with this. I feel like I want a little more presence, a little more treble. Let's go ahead and hit the bottom here. Whoa, that's way too much. I'll bring up the bass. Yeah, right there. So what I'll do is I'll do a couple chugs and triplets and stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch over. And it sucks not having an amp selector. But man, that sounds pretty sick too. So this one, I think I do have more gain going on this one. It feels like this has like a, it's just more grit to it. I do want more bass. So let's go ahead and do that. So now let's go ahead and do the chug thing. Damn. I'm gonna do that riff on the other one. Man, it's pretty close, dude. But let me go ahead and add some more gain to the Fireball. I still don't hear the same kind of grit that the Mr. Hector does. So bring that up some. Ooh, here we go. Okay, I like that. Back to Mr. Hector. Dude, I actually think I like the gain on this one better than the Fireball. Interesting. Ha. Huh. Let's see where we can go with it. Let's bring up the volume up a tad. Ooh, too much. Bring up the gain. Let's bring the mids back a little bit. All right, so we've heard the tube version, or the rectified tube version of this. Let's go ahead and go to the diode mode and see where that sits. I know I'm going to have to turn the volume down. So let's go ahead and do the master a little bit. And then we'll go over to the diode mode. Woohoo. Damn. So I'm going to do that one riff that I did before, just so I can add that to the other thing too. Wow, there's a good bit more articulation in that, and I don't know, man, the Fireball doesn't have that. Add a little more treble. I know Chris is going to kill me for just using this mode, but I'll go back and use the mid switch on the off side and dial it in from there. But I know it's way too bassy, obviously. All right, so let's bring that back, bring the mids up. Probably need to bring the volume down a tad. I don't know. particularly like that mode, to tell you the truth. I just really dig it in the mid switch forward. And bring that back up there. Yeah. Yeah, dude. The mid switch forward, I personally really dig. All right, so let's go ahead and go back over to the Fireball and just play a couple more riffs on it, and then we'll just call it. Just talk about it, right? Back in this little corner to do this is not ideal. All right, so back to the Fireball. See, you remember the last video I did with the Laboga where I felt like it needed a resonance? Now this one doesn't have a resonance, but it has a, you know, a bottom knob. It's not even engaged, but I would love the sub lows in this. And obviously for mixing, it's not going to work well for that stuff, but I think it could really benefit from a presence and depth thing going on there. The Fireball just has so much more of a like a wider sound to it, in my opinion. You know what? I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. What did you guys think of both of these amps? You know, for me, I feel like this has a grit about it that the Fireball doesn't have. They are two different sounding amps for sure, and you, I think, have a little more tonal variety with this mid switch over here. But oh man, price point wise, I don't remember how much this thing goes for. It's probably up of you know, 1,800 or something like that, brand new. And this guy's what, 1,700 brand new. So I don't know. I do like the gain on this guy because it has an articulation to it or something, where this one is more just a little loose, but it's not in a bad way. It does sound like, it just sounds like this one has an overdrive in front of it, and this one has just a lot of saturation, but good saturation. So I mean, everybody knows this Fireball is a killer amp, right? But anyways, that's it. I just wanted to go through these really quick and just see what I can get out of them. And I hope you guys liked it. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. DMD out.